We will start with the generation electricity from wind energy using doubly fed induction generator. So today we will discuss about doubly fed induction generator. When we are talking about the induction means we are inducting something now. So generator principle, you know that generator it converts what I'm saying if the armature is rotating in between the magnetic field, the EMF is inducing according to Faraday law of electromagnetic induction, right? So the EMF is inducing in that, right? So when we are talking about a doubly fed induction generator, so as the name says that doubly fed induction generator. So it is a three-phase induction generator. Three-phase induction generator means it's having a three phases over there. That is R phase, Y phase, and P phase. Three phases are there. So it's a three-phase induction generator. And obviously, when we are talking about a motor, so two windings will be there. Either it will be a rotor winding or it will be a stator winding. Okay. So whenever we are talking about a generator, so two windings, we are what I'm saying this rotor or stator windings. Okay. So these are fed with a three-phase AC signal. Three-phase AC signal we are giving. So AC we are using here 50 hertz in India. Why we are not using 60 hertz? Because 60 hertz we are using in United States. So if we are using 60 hertz here, so every equipment has to be dismantled now. So when we are talking about the doubly fed induction generator, so at the name as name suggests this, it's a three-phase induction generator with the windings, that is rotor and stator winding. They are fed from the three-phase AC signal. So multi-phase winding will be there, and that is placed on the stator and the rotor. So multi-phase winding, it is there, and it will be placed on what I'm saying this stator and rotor. Okay, so it consists of a multi-phase slip ring assembly, and because why we are having this assembly to transfer the power to the rotor. Okay, so it is typically used to generate electricity in wind turbine generator. So when we are talking about, so it is using what I'm saying wind turbine generators. So whatever we are going to talk about this doubly fed induction motor. So before going to this, so we have to get a brief about the idea about the power generation, how we are generating the power using the wind energy, right? So that will be there when we are talking about this one, right? So we are familiar with the wind energy. So whatever the wind energy we are already known, it is one of the widely used renewable sources of energy, like other resources which we are using, that is solar energy, geothermal energy, but this one widely we are using wind energy as a renewable source of energy. So large turbines are there which are made to rotate the blowing of the wind. Okay, so large turbines are there. It is to rotate, and how it is rotating? It is rotating according to the where the wind is blowing, and how we are generating the electricity over there. So generally, when we are talking about the wind turbine generators, so it work on the range of wind speed. How the speed is there of wind? Okay, so between the cut-in speed, whatever minimum wind energy that is required to generate to connect the power grid, and cut-off speed. Two speeds is there. One is cut-in speed and the cut-off speed. When we are talking about the cut-in speed, so that is the minimum wind speed that should be required for the generator to connect to the power grid. And the other one, when we are talking about, it's a cut-off speed. And cut-off speed is the maximum wind speed that is required for the generator to disconnect from the power grid, right? So two speeds are there. One is the cut-off and other is cutting, right? So when we are talking about this wind type generators, so types, it is of four types. Okay, when we are talking about the wind type generator, it is of four type: type 1, type 2, type 3, and type 4, right? So when type 1 we are talking about, so as we know that induction motor, either it will be a squirrel cage induction motor or it will be a slip ring induction motor, but most of the industrial use, or most of we are using the squirrel cage induction motor. Okay, because due to it's very rugged, and it's almost unbreakable is construction. So we are using the squirrel cage induction generator. Of type 1, when we are talking, so it is there, the it consists of the squirrel cage induction generator that is connected to the power grid, or that is connected directly to the power grid, and it is used for small range of wind speed. Okay, so type 1, it consists of a squirrel cage induction generator that is connected directly to the power grid, and it is used for small range of wind speed. Then type 2, that is AC to DC converter, AC to DC or DC to AC converter. Because converter stations, we are having a rectifier, we are having an inverter. The inverter is converting the DC into AC and vice versa for the rectifier. So type 2, when we are talking about, it consists of AC to DC or DC to AC converter. So with that, we have an induction generator before it is connected to the power grid. Okay, so type 2, it is having a converter station, AC to DC, DC to AC converter station is there, and it is connected to the induction generator, and it is connected to the induction generator before it is being connected to the power grid, from where we are getting the supply. And the top type 3, okay, type 3, it consists of a wound rotor induction generator or slip ring induction generator, which is directly connected to the grid. Okay, so where the rotor speed, it is adjusted by a rheostat, because when we are talking about the slip ring induction motor, so here the resistance is required, or the rheostat is required to adjust the rotor speed. And the topmost, or the fourth one, when we are talking about, that will be double fed induction generator. Okay, so double fed induction generator, it is directly connected to the grid, or there in grid, the rotor speed is adjusted using back-to-back converter. We are putting the back-to-back converters over there to adjust the speed. So when we are talking about the four type of wind type generator: type 1, type 2, type 3, and type 4. So type 1, squirrel cage induction generator. Two types of induction generator: either it will be slip ring or a squirrel cage. So we have the type 1, that is a squirrel cage induction generator that is connected directly to power grid, and we are using for this one small range of wind speed. Type 2, that is obviously it's either AC to DC or DC to AC converter, because we have a converter stations over there. So they are connected to induction generator, because before it is connected to the power grid. Type 3, it consists of rotor, one rotor type, or a slip ring induction motor generator, so that we are requiring a rheostat there to adjust the rotor speed. Then the fourth type, when we are talking, the fourth type is double fed induction generator. Okay, that is directly connected to the grid, where the rotor speed is adjusted. How we are adjusting the rotor speeds? We are adjusting by back-to-back converters over there, right? So our main aim is W-fed induction generator. So DFIG, we can say it's a short form, this one. So it's a three-phase wound rotor and three-phase wound stator. Okay, because obviously a rotor will be there and the stator will be there. And when we are talking about the rotor that is fed from a single phase AC signal, and which will induce the AC current in the rotor winding. So what double fed induction generator? It consists of a three-phase wound rotor and three-phase wound stator. And the rotor that is fed from a single phase supply, we're giving a supply over there, and that induces the AC current in the rotor winding. So when the turbine is rotating, by external force on the stator and causing it to rotate. Okay, when we are talking about the principle of motor, so when it is rotating, it will experience a force that is F equal to VIL, where V is the flux the density over there, I is the length of the I is the current which is flowing over there, and L is the length of the conductor. That is the basic principle for the motor. Okay, now here the rotor is rotating, the magnetic field that is produced, and this is produced by the AC current. So it will also rotate the speed and to the frequency of the AC before we are applying to the rotor winding. So when it is just rotating, that's a result of this one. No? So constantly rotating magnetic flux, that is power passes through the stator winding, and which cause the induction of AC current in the stator winding. So AC current, obviously it will be produced over there. Thus the speed of rotation of stator winding, whatever the speed, that depends on the rotor speed, how the rotor is rotating as well as the frequency, because when we are talking about frequency or speed, that is 120 F by P. So F is the number of F is the frequency and P is the number of poles. That is a simple for getting the speed. Okay, now the speed of the rotation of the stator magnetic field, and that will depends upon the rotor speed, and obviously it will depend upon the frequency also of the AC current that is we are feeding to the rotor winding. Okay, so here it is shown that the stator and the rotor magnetic field, they are in the same direction, and here the stator and the rotor magnetic field, they are in a different direction, opposite direction. So for knowing this one, so basic requirement for the electricity generation, that is using wind energy. So we are using wind energy to produce AC signal, and which is of a constant frequency, and it's not depending on the wind speed, that will be irrespective of the speed. So other words, we can say in the frequency of the AC signal, which is generated across the stator, okay, should be irrespective of the stator speed variation. So how we are achieving that? For achieving this, the frequency of the AC signal, which is applied to the rotor winding, that should be adjusted, right? So here it is showing the mechanical power, that is PM mechanical power. There is AC current, this one, right? Here, this one is the rotor, and this one is the stator. Stator rotor is just rotating here. So it will just generate the AC current now. Okay. So this is the mechanical power, right? Shaft mechanical power is there. Then rotor speed, how in which speed the rotor is rotating. So here it is the rotating magnetic field, and this one is the resulting field in the stator winding. So we are getting the AC current for this stator now. So wind power generation, it's a double fed induction generator, because this one stator and rotor magnetic field, which is just rotating in the same direction. Here the stator and the rotor magnetic field, they are rotating in the different direction. So here it is a wind power generation using double fed induction generator. So whatever the frequency of the rotor signal, okay, so frequency of the rotor signal, AC signal, it will increase the rotor speed. It will increases as the rotor speed decreases, because N equal to 120 F by P. So frequency of the rotor AC signal, that will increase as the rotor speed decrease, and is of positive polarity, and vice versa. So whatever the frequency of the rotor signal, it should be adjusted such the stator signal frequency is equal to the network line frequency. So how we are doing it? So this is done by adjusting the phase sequence of the rotor winding, such as the rotor magnetic field is in the same direction as the generator rotor. So in case of decreasing speed, and vice versa, when we are talking about the opposite direction, in case of as the case of generator rotor, so when we are increasing the rotor speed. So this one figure, this shows that the stator and the rotor magnetic field are in the same direction. Here the stator and the rotor magnetic field, they are moving in a different direction. So this is here done by adjusting the phase sequence of the rotor winding, such that the rotor magnetic field, whatever the magnetic field produced by the rotor magnetic field, is in the same direction as the generator rotor. So when we are in case of decreasing rotor speed, or in the opposite direction as a generator rotor, as in the case of increasing rotor speed, right? So this one. So here when we talked about the W-fed induction motor, so we talked about the back-to-back converters. So when we seeing here, it is back-to-the-back converters. Rotor fed induction generator that is connected directly to the grid where the rotor speed is adjusted using back-to-back converters. So here, the whole system, it consists of a back-to-back converter, okay, a machine side converter and a grid side converter. Two back-to-back converters we are introducing or indulging over there. That is the machine side converter and the grid side converter. So which is connected to the feedback loop of the system. So two axes will be there. One is the direct axis, other is the quadrature axis. So machine side converter is used to control the active and reactive powers by controlling the DEQ components of the rotor, that is direct axis and the quadrature axis components of the rotor. So, and also whatever the torque and the speed of the machine is there, right? So the grid side converter is used to maintain a constant DC linked voltage, and here we are ensuring that unity power factor operation should be there by making whatever the reactive power drawn from the utility grid to zero. So capacitor, we are obviously we are connecting between the two converters. So capacitor, it acts as an energy storage unit. Okay. So back-to-back arrangement, we are providing two converters over there. So back-to-back arrangement, it provides a fixed voltage, fixed frequency output. Okay, irrespective to the variable frequency, right? So variable output of the generator. So other applications, induction generator, why we are using that that one are for flywheel energy storage system, pump storage, power plants, power converters for feeding a railway power grid from public grid where the frequency we are having a fixed frequency over there. So here a little bit knowledge of whole of wind power system generator. So here we are having a grid. The W-fed induction generator is there. Okay, so two types, that is a rotor side and a stator side. Okay, so the working principle of a wind generator, induction generator. So here we are having a transformer also. So wind turbine is typically a fan. Okay, so it is typically a fan which is having a three blades over there, and which rotate when the wind is just blowing or striking to them. So whatever the axis of rotation, it should be aligned with the wind direction. Whatever the axis, whatever the wind is blowing, so the rotation axis should be aligned with the wind direction. Then we have here, that is the gearbox, right? So gearbox, what is the function of this one? So gearbox, it is a high precision mechanical system which uses a mechanical method to convert energy from one device to another. So initially we have seen this blades. So typically wind turbine is typically a fan which is consisted of three blades and which are rotated when the wind strikes on it. So whatever the axis of rotation is aligned, can be aligned with the wind direction. So gearbox we are having it shown here, and it's a high precision mechanical system, and which uses a mechanical method to convert whatever the energy from one device to another. Then we have W-fed induction generator. Okay, so here we are putting a W-fed induction generator. So it is an electrical generator which converts the mechanical energy to electrical energy. It is converting the mechanical energy into electrical energy, which is in the form of variable energy, right? It is not a fixed, variable frequency. It is not a fixed frequency over here. Then we have grid side converter. We have rotor side converter. As we already told about AC to DC conversion is there, and then DC to AC conversion is there. So we have dual converter over there, that is grid side converter and rotor side converter. So when we are talking a grid side converter, so it is a AC to DC converter circuit, right? It is a AC to DC converter circuit which is used to provide a regulated DC voltage to the inverter. Okay, I already told you about the grid side converter and the rotor side converter. Here AC to DC and DC to AC converter is there. When we are talking about the grid side converter, so it is a AC to DC converter. So AC to DC converter, it's as a rectifier circuit, so which is used to provide a regulated DC voltage. So it will give a regulated DC voltage to the inverter. So it is used to maintain a constant DC link voltage. Then the other one, that is a rotor side converter. So that is a DC to AC inverter, right? It inverts the DC into AC, so which is used to provide controlled AC voltage, and that is given to the rotor, right? And the reasons, 5 reasons why we are having the wind power generation using W-fed induction motor, why we are preferring it, right? So here first, the constant frequency output voltage to the grid. So whatever the constant frequency output signal to the grid, we are giving irrespective to the variable rotor speed. Then we have rotor, why we are using 5 reasons why wind generation using W-fed induction motor is preferred. Second reason is the lower power rating is required for the power electronic devices, right? So cost is also low to control system. The cost of the control system is low. Third factor is the power factor is controlled, and it is usually maintained at unity, right? So fourth is the electric power generation at low wind speed. The fifth reason why we wind power generation using W-fed induction motor is preferred, because the low power, power electronic converter, it can handle a fraction of a total load, that is 20 to 30%, and also the cost of the converter is low than the other types of generator, right? So this one is about when we are talking about the converter station over there, right? So